The email arrived at 9:17 a.m. on a Friday. 3 sentences that shattered Marcus Wright's world. Your position has been terminated. Effective immediately. Please clear your desk by noon. Security will escort you out. After 7 years of loyalty, 60-hour weeks, and skipping his daughter's soccer matches to hit deadlines, Marcus was tossed aside like yesterday's trash. What he couldn't know as he packed his family photos into a cardboard box was that in less than an hour, CEO Victoria Harmon would realize her company's survival rested entirely on the man she had just fired. If you're touched by tales of redemption, justice, and second chances, hit that like button and subscribe for more stories that remind us how fast life can flip and how resilience can turn our lowest points into surprising victories. Marcus stared at the email on his screen, rereading it 3 times before the truth hit home. 7 years at Pinnacle Technologies, erased in a heartbeat. His hands shook slightly as he minimized the window and looked at the photo of his 10-year-old daughter, Lily, smiling gap-toothed on his desktop background. That smile, usually his anchor during tough workdays, now filled him with panic. How would he break the news to her? How would he cover the mortgage on their small 2-bedroom place? How would he keep up with her asthma prescriptions? The marketing floor hummed with typical Friday morning buzz around him. Colleagues tapped at keyboards, sipped coffee, laughed about weekend plans, completely unaware of the explosion that had just destroyed his life. Marcus drew a slow breath and opened his desk drawer, taking out the little stress ball Lily had given him last birthday. "For when work gets crazy, Daddy," she'd said. He gripped it tightly. 20 floors up, Victoria Harmon frowned at the quarterly forecasts. At 42, she'd grown Pinnacle Technologies from a garage startup to a $200 million firm in just over 10 years. The sleek glass and steel corner office, with its sweeping city view, was proof of how far she'd climbed. But the figures on her screen endangered it all. "The cuts were executed as instructed," said Howard Reeves, her CFO, standing rigid beside her. 32 employees let go this morning, including the marketing redundancies we flagged. Victoria nodded without lifting her eyes. "And the Meridian contract? Any progress?" "Still pending. Their board decides Monday." The Meridian deal was make or break, a $50 million contract that would carry Pinnacle through the slump and finance the next product wave. Without it, cash would drain fast. "They're still worried about legacy system integration," Howard added. "Their technical people have questions our team hasn't answered well enough." Victoria finally looked up. "Send me the questions. I'll handle them myself this weekend." Down on the 20th floor, Marcus packed methodically. A mug Lily had painted, a tough little cactus that had lasted 3 years under harsh lights, plaques from marketing campaigns that had shaped Pinnacle's image. His throat closed as he lifted the framed photo of Lily on her first kindergarten day. "Marcus, what's going on?" Priya Sharma, his team lead, stood at his cubicle, brow furrowed. "Didn't you see the memo?" he replied, voice flat. "I'm gone." Priya's eyes widened. "What? That's ridiculous. There has to be a mix-up." He passed her his phone with the email open. Her expression dropped as she scanned it. "This can't be right. You're the lead on Meridian. You built the whole integration plan." Marcus gave a tired shrug. "Apparently, I'm expendable now." Priya shook her head. "Stay put. I'm talking to HR." But Marcus knew better. These calls rarely got undone. He'd watched good colleagues vanish overnight, desks cleared by Monday, names turning into uncomfortable silences. He kept packing as Priya marched away. A security guard appeared at the department entrance. Marcus recognized the routine, the final humiliation of being walked out like trouble. Up top, Victoria's executive meeting broke for an urgent call. "Miss Harmon, the CTO from Meridian is on line 1, her assistant said through the intercom. "He says it's about the final technical review." Victoria stepped away for privacy. James, good to hear from you. I was just looking at the timeline. James Chen's tone was grave. We've finished our assessment. We have serious concerns. Victoria's gut clenched. What kind? Your answers on integration were weak. We need clear details on interfacing with our proprietary database setup. The documents are missing key pieces. We can fill any gaps, Victoria said calmly, though her thoughts raced. Let me have our lead contact you today. Victoria, to be direct, our board meets Monday. Without solid answers by Sunday night, I can't push this forward, and I'm your biggest supporter there. After hanging up, Victoria called her CTO. Who's managing the Meridian technical docs? Michael Barnes shifted. That would be Marcus Wright in marketing. He's been bridging dev and their tech side. He gets both the code and the business angle. Get him here now. Michael paused. Might be tricky. I think Marcus was on this morning's layoff list. Victoria froze. What? Marketing had to lose 4 spots. He was one. Who approved that? Redundancy team. Howard signed off. Victoria grabbed her phone and dialed HR. Is Marcus Wright still in the building? A pause. Security is escorting him out as we speak. Stop them, right now. In the lobby, Marcus waited beside his box, badge already dead on the security desk. He felt empty, mentally tallying savings, bills to push back, cuts to make. Mr. Wright? Victoria Harmon approached, heels sharp on marble. Marcus had seen her only from afar at all hands. Up close, her drive was unmistakable. Miss Harmon, he said, adjusting the box. There's been a serious mistake, she said bluntly. Your termination was wrong. We need you upstairs immediately. He stared. A mistake? Yes, a big one. She nodded at security. Reactivate his credentials. Relief, anger, and doubt collided inside Marcus. May I ask what changed in the last hour? Victoria paused, not used to justifying herself. I just learned you're critical to Meridian. The decision wasn't reviewed properly. Marcus set the box down. With respect, Miss Harmon, I can't act like this morning never happened. I was fired by email after 7 years. Her jaw tightened. She glanced around the lobby. Let's talk privately, please. In her office, Victoria laid it out plainly. Meridian was slipping away. Without Marcus's grasp of the integration details and their specific worries, the deal would die. Without the deal, far more than 32 jobs would vanish. So I'm valuable again because you need me, Marcus said evenly. Yes, she admitted. I won't pretend it's anything else. Marcus gazed at the city below. Somewhere was Lily's school, where she was likely doing fractions or sketching, unaware her dad's world had nearly collapsed, then steadied in 1 hour. I have a daughter, 10 years old. Her mom left when she was 3. It's been us ever since. Every choice hits her directly. Victoria nodded, waiting. This morning, I pictured telling her we might lose the apartment, switch schools, drop dance lessons, pictured an asthma flare-up with no way to pay for medicine. His voice stayed level, but the weight showed. I can't let her live with that kind of fear. What are you asking? Victoria said. I'll help save Meridian, but I need assurances. Minimum 2-year contract, lead the integration team, fair pay. Victoria weighed him. In 12 years, she'd seldom been outmaneuvered, but she knew the stakes. Agreed. Legal will draft it today. Over the next 48 hours, Marcus barely slept, syncing with Dev, tackling Meridian's issues point by point. He'd lived those challenges for months, predicting questions, nurturing ties with their tech crew. By Sunday night, his documentation covered every gap James Chen had named. Victoria read it herself before sending, struck by its depth and precision. How did you anticipate those exact database concerns? Our devs never highlighted them. Marcus shrugged. I listened. Last month, their DD admins casually mentioned their custom indexing during a call. Wasn't on the agenda, but I noted it, researched workarounds. Victoria nodded, seeing him differently. Not just skill, but intuition, rapport, anticipation. Monday morning, James Chen called Victoria directly. "Board just finished. The contract is yours. Your docs answered everything and impressed our team. Whatever you're paying your integration guy, double it." After the call, Victoria found Marcus in the conference room, papers everywhere from the weekend. "Meridian signed, $50 million over 3 years. You saved the company." Marcus nodded, drained. "I'm glad. I still believe in our work." "Victoria owed you an apology," she said, the phrase awkward for her. "Not only for the firing, but for missing your worth earlier." "Thank you," he replied. "The contract I promised is ready. 2 years, team lead, good raise." Paused. She'd like to propose something different. Marcus waited. "A new role, Chief Integration Officer, overseeing all major client integrations, reporting to me, 3-year term, executive package, built-in flexibility for your daughter." He was speechless. "Why?" "Because this weekend proved something vital about Pinnacle. We've chased tech and scale, but ignored the human links that give tech meaning. You bridge both worlds. We need that at the top." 2 months later, Marcus sat in his new executive floor office, mapping the roadmap for Pinnacle's latest client. Lily's photo was there, now joined by one from her recent dance recital, which he'd attended without glancing at emails or stressing about deadlines. His phone lit up. Text from Victoria. "Exec meeting in 10, bringing Lily's cookies for the team." Marcus smiled. The company had shifted quietly but deeply since that Friday. Victoria had added a human impact check to big decisions, weighing effects on people's real lives. The others, slated for cuts, had been reevaluated and kept. She'd started seeing her leaders as full people, not just roles. Victoria herself had absorbed the hardest lesson of her career. Sometimes a company's greatest asset isn't on any spreadsheet. It's the empathy, the listening, the view of people as complete lives with families and burdens outside the office. As Marcus collected his notes for the meeting, he glanced at a small frame on his shelf, the printed termination email, kept as a quiet reminder of how fast everything can turn, and how strength can turn crisis into growth. The company that nearly lost it all by overlooking the human side was now stronger because it remembered, and the single dad who almost lost his ability to care for her daughter had gained not only stability but real purpose, making sure the tech they built honored both the users and the people who made it. In the end, it wasn't only Marcus who rescued Pinnacle Technologies. It was the understanding that behind every email, every choice, every line of code stand human lives that count, a truth that reshaped not just a business, but every person inside it.